for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good Friday morning, Loudon High School. Today we are joined by Daniel Bridges and Sophie Cubberley. I was going to say senior class members of the Interact Club, but not necessarily. Junior and senior class members of the Interact Club here at LHS. They are our guests for a special LHS News Magazine morning show for today, Friday, March 21st, 2025. Today is a huge day for our spring sports with 4 teams in action. The baseball Redskins travel to Northview Academy this afternoon out in Sevier County. The Lady Redskins softball team is back at home today against Polk County High School. First pitch is set for 6 o'clock. Good luck to those teams competing this evening. Also, after a couple of game cancellations, the boys soccer team Los Indios will finally have their first home game this Friday, that's tonight, at 6 to host the Yellow Jackets of Kingston. General admission tickets are $5. However, Coach Hughes would like to tell everyone students with a valid ID can get in for $2. This is going to stretch me a little bit. La Cucina de Mama. I hope I got that correctly. Correct. Food truck will be here as well tonight, so bring your friends, family for some Friday night football. Match time is at 6. As always, Vamos Indios. And thank you, Mr. Hughes, for that awesome announcement. The last day to turn in your class registration forms for next year is today. If you want to pick your classes, make sure you have a signed, completed registration form to guidance by the end of the school day today, guys. Prom tickets, as you know, are in. If you've purchased one, stop by and pick it up from Ms. Crawford. Remember, you will not be given a guest ticket. That's for a student that's not a current student of Loudon High School until I have signed off on that form, assuring that we have good folks here at the prom. Prom tickets are still on sale for the original price of $45 for one or for $80 for two. You have 2 weeks remaining to get your tickets. Don't miss out. That's actually going to be, I guess, 1 week now. 1 week remaining. Spirit Club will be meeting. Spirit Club will be meeting after school twice this week, Monday and Thursday. That's next week. We will be setting up for our Spring Spirit Buddies, planning year-end events, and much more. If you'd like to stay and help out, please come to Miss Correa's room after school from 3:15 to 5:15. That's Monday and Thursday of next week. Spirit Club will also be hosting a snow cone day during lunch downstairs outside the cafeteria next Tuesday, and that will be $4 for a small one, $5 for a large one. I've heard those are awesome, so maybe you'll take part in that. Now, to our special guests, Daniel and Sophie. Sophie's a junior, Daniel's a senior. Both of them are in Interact Club. Some of you may have heard of that. Some of you may not have. Today we're going to learn more about it. So first of all, guys, for either of you or both of you, what opportunities exist in Interact Club, and what are you guys doing? What's the purpose?
Okay, so first off, I'll give a little description about what it is. So Interact Club is a community service organization through Rotary International, which is the sponsoring club of Interact.
So if you've heard of Rotary Club, that's the adult version of your club,
Yes,
correct?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So they sponsor a high school, any high school that they can, and we're sponsored by Loudon Rotary for the Loudon High School Interact Club. And so that's where we get our founding from. But mainly Interact is like I said, community service. So we really focus on community service. But also at the same time in Interact, you have aspects of leadership and like other kinds of service as well. Rotary International is really huge on service and leadership, so that's definitely why they have both two things in there. But there's many officer positions within the club that if you start young and then you get in there and you really work, you have those opportunities to become an officer one day. And they include the officer's position plus all the kinds of community service we do to kind of intermingle them together so that we all come together and future leaders are also serving their communities as well and not for just themselves.
Sophie, thank you, Daniel. Sophie, let's be specific. What has Interact done for you? Why do you like it?
So originally I started out as a freshman with Miss Crawford, and she was like, you need to join Interact, and I was like, I don't know. I was kind of a little like timid about it, and it wasn't as big of a club as it is now. I would say like when I really got into it was when we went to conference my sophomore year. Every year we do a big district conference, and we go and we kind of talk to other clubs around the area in our like district. So we go to Pigeon Forge every year. It's a big conference. We learn so much. There are these schools that have like 300 kids in them, and they're completing like 1,000 service projects every year. We get kind of humbled a little bit, but it's still really fun. I love Interact just because, like, it's like Daniel said, it's kind of like building goodwill with the people around you. You're getting involved with your community and your school. You're getting to know a lot more people. Like, I feel like I know a lot more people now than if I wasn't in Interact.
Great. So, Daniel, let's talk about briefly some of the previous projects that you guys have been involved with.
Okay, so some of the previous projects that we've done, so we did Special Olympics that we held here at Loudon High School last year. We really participate in Without Limits, which is a baseball game put on for the CDC kids.
Students with special needs?
Yeah, students with special needs. And we love doing that. They have a lot of fun. And we've also done Guidance Appreciation Week. We've also done senior and student angel bags or gifts for Christmas, and that was a really big one that we did. Mm-hmm. And we've done a cemetery cleanup in this past service year.
That's neat. What cemetery?
So I can't quite remember the name, but it's the one in Philadelphia.
It's like one of the oldest ones in Philadelphia. Yeah.
So Sophie, what projects does Interact plan to do either the rest of this year or something you have upcoming?
Okay, yeah. So I think what's coming up soon is probably Special Olympics. Like I said, like Daniel said, we did that last year as well. Yeah, that's in May. And then right now we just kicked off Without Limits last week, right? It was last Thursday. And we invite everybody to kind of join in on that. It's not something that you really have to like be like an established member of Interact in. If you want to participate in that, it's so much fun. I really loved that one. And then we're doing the cemetery cleanup again. Obviously, I think we're planning on doing the Christmas angels again. That's kind of far out, but also I think one of our bigger ones that we're planning on doing is in October. I can't remember the foundation that does it, but we're doing a walk for suicide awareness. That's a big one that we're trying to plan. We're going to go walk, and you guys are all welcome to come with us if you'd like to do that.
Saying that, off that, you guys, she's welcoming you to come. Is Interact something that somebody can join now, or do they need to wait till next year to join the club?
I think,
how does that work?
So I think last year was like open, I guess, but I think the way she's doing it now is new membership. Miss Crawford.
Miss Crawford is our
opening
sponsor.
Up, I think April, right? At the beginning of April. You'd have to talk to her about that, but I'm almost positive we're opening up new membership at the beginning of April, just so we don't have like a bunch of different people joining at a bunch of different times. But
so we'll finish with, is there anything else that the 800 that are on the other side of the camera should know about Interact that you haven't already said, or why they would want to join that club if they're not part of something, or if they already are doing lots of stuff? There's just lots of people that are listening to us right now that really aren't involved here at Loudon High School. This could be a great opportunity for them. What should they do?
I would say a perk and why you guys should join. One of the biggest things is you get all these friends when you join the club. So I know, and also at the same time, we have really big needs in our community also. And just joining this club, not only will it give you friends, it will give you the ability to help our community, Loudon County, with directly helping that and filling those needs that we need within the county.
Anything to add?
I would say just try and get involved. This is a very like low-key club. Like, it's not super demanding. It's something just to join if you want to, like, dip your feet into getting involved in your community and your school. It's a great way to get involved.
Yeah, it sure is. And I'll echo that. And again, to those folks, some of you are involved in everything, and that's wonderful. Some of you are involved in nothing but 4 classes a day here at Loudon High School and then going home. That really, that's not the high school experience. That's the great one. It's a decent one, but it's not great. Get involved with something, and these guys, Miss Crawford is who you need to go to if you want to join or get information about the Interact Club. Saying that, let's wrap up with a lightning round. You want to? All right, I'm going to give you a statement or a question. You come with the first answer that crosses your mind. There are no wrong answers. Here we go. We'll go ladies first. Sophie, favorite type of food?
Probably like Mexican food.
Mexican food.
Yeah.
Favorite type of food?
I have to say hamburgers.
Hamburgers, okay. Right. From any specific place or any specific chef or just hamburgers in general?
I like making them myself, but you can really customize to whatever you want. So
All right.
there's definitely options.
Daniel, favorite activity outside of school? Doesn't involve school stuff.
I'd have to say music. I like to play a lot of music
Okay.
outside of school.
All right. Sophie?
Mine would probably going to the gym.
Going to the
Yeah.
gym. Lifting weights or
yeah.
cardio? Which one?
Not cardio.
Okay. All right. Sophie, give up my phone, my video games, or one of my fingers.
Video games. I don't think
Video
I play
games.
any.
Daniel, this is not a good question for you two. I'm sure you're not involved in a lot of that stuff, but what would you say?
I'd have to say probably take a finger because I can live without a finger.
What?
I did not expect that. But I bet you have some people on the other side of that camera that would feel the same way. At least I think so. Daniel, talk or text?
Text, 100%.
Wow. Okay. I didn't think that either. I'm surprised. Talk or text?
Talk, definitely.
Okay. Sophie, favorite show you're watching right now? A show on Netflix, whatever. Favorite show you're watching right now?
Orange is the New Black.
Okay. All right.
That's pretty hard. I'd have to say Abbott Elementary is pretty good.
Abbott Elementary. All right. 2 good ones. Not necessarily.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll move on. Daniel, favorite class you have taken so far at LHS?
I'd have to say Chemistry 2 is probably my favorite.
All right. Chemistry 2. That's a fun one. Anyway, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, chemistry teachers.
Mine's probably the state dual credit class that Miss Crawford teaches, or
Which is state dual credit, U.S. history.
It's U.S. history, yeah,
Okay.
or Spanish 2 with Miss Ross. I miss her so much.
Okay. Spanish 2 with Miss Ross. Shout out to her there in Georgia. I always have to ask this one. For some reason, I left it out. We'll start with you, Sophie. The person so far, I know we've got some time to go with you yet, person so far at LHS that has meant the most to you and why?
I would say probably Miss Crawford or Miss Ross.
Okay.
Miss Crawford, obviously, she's like my aunt, so I've grown up with her, and she's kind of watched me grow. And then Miss Ross, just because I felt like she was the first teacher that I felt like was kind of cool and like was there for me like a lot.
Okay.
But yeah.
So shout out to both of those two. Daniel, I think we've probably done this with you, but go ahead again.
On the leadership side, this is a super hard question because so many people have made huge impacts on me. But I'd have to say going with Interact, Miss Crawford has been so influential on what I've done and pushing me to
nice.
be the best I can.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Very nice. With that, happy Friday, everyone. Please finish this week on a positive note. Don't be that one that's sent to the office for discipline. Just don't do it. Take care of business on this beautiful Friday. It's so easy to do. I know we will. The question is, will you join us? Have a great Friday.